Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's weather update. So today we have the potential for a significant damaging wind event and possible derecho to move across the Great Lakes area and upper Midwest. The Storm Prediction Center has issued an enhanced risk of severe weather across portions of southeast Minnesota, northern northeastern Iowa, central southern Wisconsin, far northern Illinois, and western Michigan for today in the orange, a slight risk in the yellow surrounding that, and then a marginal risk in the dark green surrounding that. Looking at today's tornado threat, we have a 5% chance of tornadoes touching down within 25 miles of a location across portions of southeastern Minnesota, northeastern Iowa, and the southern half of Wisconsin in the brown area today, and a 2% chance of tornadoes in the green shade area today. So we could be seeing some embedded QLCS tornadoes today within the mesoscale convective system that's expected to push southeast across the area. So make sure you're on guard for a few spin-up tornadoes if you live in these areas today. Looking at the damaging wind threat, this is going to be by far the greatest threat for today's severe weather, with a 30% chance of damaging straight line winds of 58 miles per hour or stronger within 25 miles of a location in this red shade area today, a 15% chance in the yellow shade area, and a 5% chance in the brown shade area. And we have a hatched area today, signifying the possibility of seeing hurricane force 75 mile per hour or stronger wind gusts within 25 miles of a location today. So if you live in areas like Minneapolis, La Crosse, or Milwaukee, or surrounding areas in the black hatched area, make sure you're on guard for the potential of 75 mile per hour or stronger hurricane force wind gusts today. And looking at the hail threat, there's a 15% chance of quarter-sized hail or larger within 25 miles of a location in the yellow shade area, a 5% chance in the brown area, and then we do have a significant hail risk in the black hatched area again today, with a 10% chance of hen egg-sized hail or larger, 2 inches in diameter, within 25 miles of a location. So if you live in this hatched area, make sure you look out for some large hail embedded in this MCS today. Now, taking a look at current radar, our mesoscale convective system is currently materializing over western Minnesota with a line of intense thunderstorms beginning to move towards areas like Benson, Montevideo, Clarkfield, and Cottonwood. And we have another more discrete storm ahead of that, moving towards Olivia and Redwood Falls, Minnesota. And these are going to continue to intensify as we go through the late morning and afternoon as they push east towards the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. So our mesoscale convective system is in its formation phases. So this is going to be what brings the potential derecho across southeast Minnesota, northeastern Iowa, the southern half of Wisconsin, and eventually going through Michigan. And then we actually have another more impressive mesoscale convective system that developed last night across areas of north central Indiana, northwestern Ohio. And this is also going to be producing a pretty substantial damaging wind risk as it moves through areas of Ohio over the next few hours. So this is another mesoscale convective system that we're going to have to watch out for through the next several hours. And looking at the future radar, we can see the two mesoscale convective systems as of 9 a.m. Saturday Central Daylight Time. And as we go into the future through 11 and 12, this MCS is expected to kind of fall apart, but this is the MCS that we have to watch for the remainder of the day. By about noon, it'll be approaching the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, and then as it pushes southeast through about 2 p.m., we're going to start to see some intense bowing segments indicating where the strongest winds are going to be across southeastern Minnesota. And then going into about 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon, northern Iowa, northeastern Iowa, and western Wisconsin are going to get hit with this possible derecho. And then going to 5, 6 p.m., the possible derecho is going to be moving through south central Wisconsin and then pushing through Green Bay and then areas like Milwaukee by around 7, 8 p.m. this evening. And then going into about 9 and 10 p.m., we could start to see this derecho approach Chicago and push into western areas of Michigan, with another cluster of storms possibly developing behind that by 9 p.m., with possibly a second round of severe weather across northwestern Iowa and southeastern Minnesota. And then as we head through about 10, 11 p.m. Central Time, the storms are going to push towards southeastern Michigan, towards Detroit by about midnight. And then the second wave of storms is going to push through central southern Wisconsin by about 1 a.m. through about 3 a.m. before the severe threat diminishes. And then we're just going to be dealing with heavy rainfall across central Michigan into 4 to 7 a.m. tomorrow. So anyway, taking a brief look, we could be seeing some flash flooding as well, where the HRRR model is putting widespread 1 to 3 inches of rain across many areas, with isolated locations seeing 3 to 5 inches. So flash flooding could also be an issue with today's storm event. Anyway, thanks for watching today's weather update. Make sure you're prepared for a potential derecho if you live across the yellow and especially orange shaded areas today. Have a wonderful day, my friends.